When veterans attend a VA exam or submit medical records, many wonder, what is the examiner actually evaluating? Is it just the diagnosis? Is it the symptoms? Or is there more to it? Today, I want to walk through the major components of medical evidence. And this is going to be what medical evidence that are typically evaluated in the VA disability system. Confirming a diagnosis, the first steps in evaluating a claim is confirming that a current medical condition exists. This could also be symptoms of chronic pain. A diagnosis generally requires an evaluation by a qualified health provider and may be supported by clinical findings such as imaging studies, laboratory testing, or documented physical examination findings. Examples may include MRI imaging for orthopedic injuries, x-rays, sleep studies for sleep apnea, neurological evaluations for migraine headaches or other headache disorders, nerve studies, and many, many more. The presence of a current condition is an essential part of the evaluation. Evidence of an in-service event is the second component. This involves determining whether something occurred during military service or is related to a service-connected condition. This may include exposures, documented injuries, occupational noise hazards, environmental exposures and hazards, physical demands of your job, something that would exceed what a civilian in the same role might experience. Understanding the context of that military service helps a medical professional evaluate whether certain conditions could plausibly be related to those exposures or those experiences. A medical nexus evaluation. Once a diagnosis and potential service event are identified, the next piece and the key medical question becomes whether the two are actually connected. Medical professionals will evaluate whether there is a medically plausible relationship between the service event or service-connected condition and that current condition that you're actually claiming. This may involve several pieces. It could be examining the symptoms, whether it's the onset, the disease progression, looking at medical research to see how the two are connected. Is there a biological mechanism? And then finally, taking a look at functional impairment. An important aspect that's often overlooked is that functional impairment. How does that condition impact you? So this refers to how your condition limits your ability to perform daily activities or even your occupational tasks, prevents you from being able to work or work at the same capacity. Some examples could be limitations in mobility, chronic fatigue that prevents you from performing at your maximum capacity, cognitive difficulties, sleep disruption, and documenting that functional impact will help describe the severity of the situation, severity of the condition. Another key piece would be consistency of the medical documentation. This is often the area that is lacking in most veteran cases. You get that large gap between conditions. So medical records that consistently document your symptoms and findings over time, they tend to carry greater evidentiary value. And having that gap is going to weaken your case. So consistency can be similar symptoms or descriptions across visits, ongoing treatment, repetitive diagnostic findings. You get periodic imaging studies. These patterns will help establish the clinical history of a condition. So when you think about what the VA looks for, the medical evidence that the VA disability system involves more than just simply listing that diagnosis. Examiners are evaluating the entire clinical picture. This includes the history, diagnostic findings, medical reasoning, and functional impact. So ensuring that you have all of those key pieces in your evidence is going to strengthen